a lot of people are voting for nobody.
Yeah.
Those who are not happy with the current administration but are not convinced with Trump. But we got a lot of support for Trump, so maybe it will be red.
This is Wayne.
And you know,
but again, the neighborhoods around Hamtramck, we share the same demographics that we trade. It's mostly Yemeni Bengali. So this is it's considered part of Hamtramck, even if it's geographically out.
What is the percentage of Hamtramck voters compared to Wayne County?
I can't tell, but we have 17,000 registered voters. We're trying to get out as many as possible.
But so maybe 10%?
No.
Even though previously they were way less until we run our elections, and that's how we brought more people coming out and vote.
But we don't just work on Hamtramck because, like I said, we share the same demographics with parts of Detroit, Dearborn, Dearborn Heights. That's why I spend a lot of time in Dearborn, Dearborn Heights, because it's mostly Yemeni community, and they are very supportive of us. So we don't just count Hamtramck, we count the whole county.
That's great.
So hopefully, I mean, in the past, we never had this kind of campaigning in Wayne County.
It just warms my heart to see Muslims. It just makes me so happy.
This is a major change. This is historic, and I think.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Hi.
I don't think it's going to stay up
See
that
you.
high.
Or even having an office for Republican for Trump in the city of Hamtramck, in Wayne County, by itself, it's a message.
We're not engaged. That's great.
What you just said. It's easy for us Muslims.
All right, good afternoon, everyone.
We're away from Democrats.
Good afternoon. May I have your attention? We're going to get started right now. We have a very tight schedule today. You know, election day is only a couple days away, and everybody has things to do today.
What has been established
Is it good?
Okay. A natural way of life. That's alone should.
That's one factor, but everything is messed up. The economy, war.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. How is everybody doing today? Good. Are you all ready for Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday we're going to bring about some changes, right, for everything, for economy, for the country, in a new direction, and hopefully this will be the direction that the country will be going in a positive way. Bring everybody together, unite everyone, and then if you have just if you're just voting based on just party line, I really urge you to look into the economic plan that affects our community. It's not about international politics. It's about how it affects your pockets. And if you do study, if you own small businesses, if you're an hourly employee, how would you like to have your wages tax-free, the overtime portion of it tax-free? Not only that, the social security portion will be tax-free. So you are right off the bat, you will be saving about 20%. So if you make $5,000 in overtime, you will be paying $1,000 in taxes with the current system. With the Trump's plan, you'll be getting all $5,000 in your pocket. Who would like to have that extra $1,000 in today's economy? Everybody. Yes, so if you really care about the economy, if you really care about the local politics, this is local politics. This is why we need to come out and vote, and take your neighbors to vote. Take every family member. A lot of people will say, I'm not going to make any difference. No, this election will make a difference, and Wayne County will make a difference. Bangladeshi community will make a difference this year. I have our mayor here, Mayor Amir Ghalib. He took a bold step. He took a big step, and he took a lot of heat for it, but he made the right decision, I believe, for the community, and it's going to bring everybody out. That's the amount of support he's getting, in addition to the criticism, of course, and it's not a bad thing. He's been everywhere. He's working really hard, and he has our support. From the Bangladeshi community, those who understand economy, everybody is supporting this plan, Donald Trump's plan this year. So hopefully, I'm going to take too much of your time today. Make sure to go and vote. Make sure vote early, and then have party later on. Now I'll invite Mr. Rabiul. He's an appointee for Governor Shapiro of Pennsylvania, and he'll say a few words.
Actually, I'm going to pass it on to Mayor first, because we're in his district. I would love to hear you first, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming, for taking the time today in the weekend and come to join us today for a good cause. As you know, as Mr. Kamal Rahman mentioned, I took my decision and I knew there would be some difficult consequences. But it's like I said before, it's like sailing against the wave. But sometimes you have to do that in order to get to the shore safely. And that's what I did. After, considering this for months and months, it wasn't a one-day decision. As you know, we have local issues that play a role in our decision, and we have international factors such as the war in the Middle East, which has been going on for almost more than a year so far. Almost a year, right? More than a year, more than a year. So after, I was one of the people who supported the uncommitted movement, by the way, to send a message. The purpose was just to send a message to the current administration that we are not happy with how they are handling the situation in the Middle East, because no serious efforts were taken to stop the war in the Middle East. And thousands of innocent people were killed and still. So no serious efforts were taken. Our concerns weren't addressed, and in fact, they got more aggressive toward the Arab American community and the Muslim community, to the point where, and then, their national convention, no Muslims were allowed to speak on the stage, while others, other minorities were able to speak. Some Muslim activists were kicked out of rallies of Harris. And lately, a few days ago, we had a very disturbing message from the former President Clinton, who said that, innocent people can be killed because they are being used as a human shield. So he's blaming the innocent people, and he's saying, oh, it's okay if they get killed because they are being used as human shield, which is very disturbing. He came to Detroit to help Harris, but that statement hurt their campaign strongly. And to those who are still undecided, I think there is nothing worse that can happen, than what's happening right now in the Middle East. What else can happen? What else worse than what's happening right now can happen? They are telling us, well, President Trump is saying this and that. He said this and that in the past. Well, the past is the past. We are looking for the future now. We have a good line of communication with President Trump, to the point where every time he does or say something that we don't like, we contact them and they take it into consideration. We've seen how Yemen was mentioned in Pennsylvania rally in a negative way. I protested and I sent a strong message, and he took it into consideration. He recorded a video specifically to the Yemenis and to all the people here as an indirect apology to what happened. Then, in every other speech since then, he will say the same stuff, except Yemen is not mentioned. He just said it yesterday in war, and I was like, oh, please God, he's not going to say that word again. And he didn't. So we never had this line of communication with the highest level, who could be the next president of the United States. And so we should take this opportunity and invest this good relationship with President Trump. Of course, I will get to that. And I asked them to come to Hamtramck to show respect and appreciation to the community, the Arab Americans, the Bangladeshi American, the Muslim Americans, and the diverse population of Hamtramck, and he did. So he wrote a statement about the Bangladeshi thing. Of course, he's in touch with so many minorities, including the Hindu, and he wants to balance, his statements with everyone. He condemned some kind of violence that he was informed that it's happening in Bangladesh against the Hindu, but he didn't say the Bangladeshi people are doing that. He said some groups. Yesterday, I sent a message, written a statement. I met with him yesterday. I talked to them that, hey, Bangladeshi people, are very supportive. And there's a rally tomorrow, which is this one. And I said, we are at the risk of canceling that rally because some people are not happy. So I said a simple statement as simple as peace and democracy will prevail in Bangladesh, and we support that. Will make everybody happy. I sent that, I wrote it as a text, and I sent it to them. Hopefully they will take it into consideration. But you should know that there is some pressure groups from every side, and they have to balance. When we talk about ourselves, we cannot dictate everything we want, because if you look at the population, we are 1.5%, I'm talking about the Muslims, out of 350 million or more. So we cannot expect that everything will come our way, or that, you know, we can't implement everything we want, but we will fight hard for our rights and freedoms to be recognized as Americans, as, you know, not, we cannot be marginalized anymore. So that's what we are working for, and that's our goal. So if President Trump wins, as you know, we organized for some imams to meet him. We put some terms that what we want, you know, to fight Islamophobia, to stop the war in the Middle East, to have Muslim representation in his administration, to improve the economy. He said there's nothing controversial about any of those. He agreed about all of them. So you never had this in the past, where you talk to the, you know, the possible next president of the United States, and he listens carefully to you. And every week he comes, he meets with the Arab and Muslim communities to show so much respect. And I think in the past, what happened in the past, when some negative statements were said, because there was a disconnect between us and the Republican Party. The Democrats used to scare us off and say, oh, we are the party of minorities. Those people, they hate you. They want to deport you. They want to... And you stay away, and the disconnection will never solve a problem. So the miscommunication between us and the Republican Party created some misunderstanding, some distrust, some stereotyping. We are on a mission to solve that problem. It's not going to happen anymore. I see them now when they come to us, very nice people. They listen carefully to us, and they say the same thing. They say, you guys are the warmest people, as President Trump said. You're the nicest people I've ever seen. And that's what we want to hear. The connection that we are having now, building some, we are in the trust building stage now, and I think it will be fruitful soon. We don't have to wait 40 years like we did with the Democrats to gain any, to achieve any, gains or accomplish anything for our community, and we actually did it. They are not even listening to us now, and we've been working with them and for them for decades. Now they completely neglected us. And so basically it used to be some special interest groups from the Arab and Muslim communities, deal with them, share some common interests, but the community as a large used to be neglected, and this led to reconsideration of our support, of our stance. I think we are moving to the right side of history now. We have a new ally that will work with us in the future. And it's just the beginning. Like I said in my statement, my endorsement, it's just the beginning. We can't accomplish everything, at once. But I also said that there would be some disagreement, even between us and President Trump. That's for future references, because I can't guarantee that everything will go the way we want. But because remember, there are other special interest groups who get involved in the decision-making process and the policy-making. So we will fight hard to represent our community. And I think this is an opportunity that we should invest to send President Trump to the White House and to have a line of communication with him and with the administration. Remember, the other administration, they keep walking with their top military advisor now is Liz Cheney, which was, a pro-war radical whose dad was the architect of the war against Iraq, the invasion of Iraq, based on false claims that there was weapons of mass destruction and all that. And after they killed hundreds of thousands of people, they found nothing. And so every time we remember this family, we remember the war against Iraq. So remember, we don't need this kind of administration to come back, because that means more wars will come in the Middle East and other places. So I don't want to talk for so much. I took my decision, and I know it was hard, and I got tremendous support from the community, including the Bangladeshi American community, the other minorities in Hamtramck, and I thank you all for supporting us and for supporting President Trump. 2 more days, and you have to take your family out to vote, call your friends to go out and vote. Tomorrow, the voting is in the City Hall.
Today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. No, and tomorrow Sunday it's open from 8 to 4. No voting on Monday, but Tuesday then there will be the main day of election in the the polling locations that you are familiar with. And I call everyone to go out and vote, and call your friends and family, and hopefully in 2 days we will have some positive outcomes and we will celebrate together. But if we don't, it's okay. We are ready for any possibility, okay? This is just the beginning. And we shifted from one structure to another, not just from supporting one person to another, but a whole structure. And we will continue our fight for our community. And thank you so much for inviting me, and would like to welcome our guests, including the ambassador, Grenell here, and everyone here. And I hope we will have a good time today in this event. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Matt Rostami. I'm an eye surgeon from Dallas. It's an honor to be here with the mayor of Hamtramck. Thank you, Mayor, for having us. And we have the Director of National Intelligence, former Ambassador Richard Grenell. Thank you so much for being here. I'm one of the co-founders of Muslims for Trump with this man here, Rabi al-Chaudhry. And I voted for Biden 4 years ago. And things are not going the way I thought it would. But now we have a chance to make a change. I'm going to just get straight into it because I know we don't have a lot of time, but there's a lot of concerns people have had with Trump. They say he said some offensive things. Well, a lot of Muslims are not alive today that they were before. And I wish they were here to be offended by some of the stuff he had to say. But in fact, what I will say is, listen to the stuff he says about us now. They asked him yesterday about the Muslim community, and he said, "We love you." We are making progress. We need to start dispelling the stuff that they said about him. They say the Muslim ban. The Muslim ban, yet for some reason, Saudi Arabia, where 15 of the 19 hijackers came from, are not on the Muslim ban. They say it's the Muslim ban, but Pakistan is not on it, the country we found, Saudi Arabia. Instead, we have the Muslim country of North Korea on this Muslim ban. It's not a Muslim ban, it's a travel ban. In fact, that ban would affect me more because my family is from Iran. My uncle came here 3 months ago to my wedding. And maybe with this ban, he wouldn't be able to come back. But you know what? He'll be alive because I know Trump will stop these wars. He doesn't want war with Iran. And that's what we need to focus on. More people came to Yemen, according to the mayor himself. Listen, politicians, they care about 1 or 2 things. You look at Kamala Harris, I'll give it to her. She cares about abortion. That's her issue. No matter what, she won't flip on it. RFK, he cares about vaccines and drugs. That's his issue. He cares about it. Trump, his issue is immigration and stopping the wars. That's what he cares about. That is not what he's going to flip on. And he's already there with us. Make no mistake, we're not here trying to convince people to change their views. We're here to get on board with the people who already agree with us. And that's going to be President Trump. One last point. This is a moment that if Trump wins, I encourage you. We probably have the future Secretary of State here. I don't want to jump the gun, Mr. Grenell, but I'm just saying, you bring Mr. Trump back here and you help us grow the Republican Party. Yes. So that way we can make Michigan a solidly red state. We take it to Pennsylvania, we take it down to Georgia, Arizona, and we put New Jersey into play and make it a swing state by getting Patterson. Thanks to everyone.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Councilman Kamal, and Brother Musa for hosting us and putting this wonderful event together. Myself, I'm from Pennsylvania. I came to Dearborn last year in December to launch this movement called Abandon Biden, Abandon Harris. This was my first time me stepping foot in the Motor City. And Rick, I want to tell you that Bangladeshi and Muslim American are at the front and center of American politics. And everyone you see here, they're not just voting for Trump, they're actively campaigning for Trump. And we are, let's talk about Muslim for Trump. We had the official launch about 6 months back, but what we are doing, we are whisper campaigning, but right now we are proactively campaigning in all the swing states, including Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia. Earlier today, we had a press conference in Minnesota with Somali Muslim. In fact, we had a former Bernie Sanders campaign manager endorse Donald Trump at the press conference. With that, I'm not going to take, and Greg, I know you are on a tight schedule. I'm going to pass it on to our good friend, former ambassador to Germany, Grenell.
Thank you all so very much. Thank you, Mayor. You've been a great leader. I was waiting for the website where I was supposed to send a check for your next campaign, because this one here should be running for office. I don't know about you, but that was amazing. We're so honored to be here. Thank you for coming out. We have 3 days left, and nothing thrills me more than to see this. This is amazing. This is really amazing. You are right, Mayor, that President Trump is absolutely going to bring peace. He's somebody who is concentrating on peace. He doesn't understand why we're doing war. And the fact of the matter is that we've been at war in the Middle East and war in Ukraine for more than a year, multiple wars, and Donald Trump handed Joe Biden and Kamala Harris peace around the world. He handed them peace. All they had to do was continue the policies and grow Arab-Israeli peace agreements. Instead, they've handed us 2 escalating wars. This is unacceptable to somebody like Donald Trump. Unacceptable. What we are here to talk about is supporting somebody who wants to end the war, compared to Kamala Harris, who doesn't talk about the war, either war, hasn't visited the Middle East to demand peace as the vice president. She's the sitting vice president of the United States, and she's not going over to demand that there be an end to this war. Why not? She's got her own plane. She can go over there and use this. It would be the perfect political operation for her in the middle of a campaign running for president, as the sitting vice president, to go into the Middle East and to demand peace. Why can't she do that? She's afraid to even talk about it on the stump. The way that Donald Trump views this is that it is incredibly hard to get peace. It's much easier to do what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have done, which is ignore all of the communities and let little problems fester until they break out into violence and war. We're seeing the same thing in a place that I love called the Balkans. It's completely being ignored, and it's about to break into war. We have to do the hard work of meeting with people, listening, and working towards peace. Diplomacy is tough. I talk a lot about this, but when you hear peace through strength, that's a celebration of the State Department and diplomacy. It is a win for peace. It's not a win for the Pentagon. My friends at the Pentagon like to pretend like peace through strength is their win. It's a win for diplomacy, and that is not an easy task. We have too much in Washington, too much talk, easy talk. Every time there's a problem around the world, we send in the Pentagon. We can't do that. We have to have powerful diplomacy. We have to have people on the front lines doing meetings like this, constantly working and listening. I loved what you said, Mayor, about the fact that we are not going to agree all of the time. I don't agree with people in my party and my own family. But what I can promise you that you're going to get from the Trump administration is an open door to talk about these issues. we are going to listen, and we are going to talk, and we are going to discuss solutions. Because the hard work is working towards peace and doing the hard work of talking and finding solutions. If we just ignored these communities, it would be a lot easier on the schedule, a lot easier on your psyche, because you would just avoid tough discussions. But you would also find yourselves in several months in another war. When the sitting vice president won't sit down with you, won't talk to you, won't go to the Middle East to try to stop these wars, it's a serious problem. I fear that if Kamala Harris is elected president on Tuesday, that we're going to get more wars.
Right.
And Donald Trump will absolutely stop these. It will be, as you say, his non-negotiable. So, thank you for coming. I want to ask you to do one thing for the next 3 days. We are partners here. You don't get to come here and then leave and just cross your fingers for Tuesday. You have a responsibility. You have a role to play. Wayne County, I can't even imagine if we could flip Wayne County, what kind of message that sends to not only Michigan, but for the next 20 years, every Republican and every Democrat that runs for president will come right here to say, I better start with this community and I better hear from them because they just flipped the entire county and the entire state when they weren't listened to. You have to flex your muscle right now. You get out and you flip this county, and I promise you for the next 20 years, every Republican and every Democrat will be coming right here to talk to you first, because they think, and they will know, that if you talk to this community and you flip this community, that's how you win the county and that's how you win the state. You're a powerful group, but you have to flex right now. There are a whole bunch of groups in Michigan that are gonna try to claim credit for Michigan going for Donald Trump. You got a lot of the auto workers who are gonna say we've had enough with the EV mandates. You got your friends, the Albanians, who are pretty powerful in Macomb County. They're gonna claim credit. But what I want to hear from this area and from Wayne County is a collective voice for Donald Trump and for peace. And I believe that Wayne County can be won and it can be turned red because it starts right here with people who stepped out and were very brave to say, I'm for peace.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Please get out, drag everyone you know to the polls, and let's vote on Tuesday to end the wars and to do the hard work of keeping the peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you all for coming. I have a correction. I'm not the councilman. I'm a community activist and I'm a civil servant. So thank you for the, I'm flattered, but I will have Councilman Abu Musa will say a few words, and I think there is a refreshment available, so please do not go till, is it coming or refreshment? Okay. We have some tea and everything back there.
We have a good evening, everybody, to be here this afternoon, and I'm very delightful to see all of you here, especially Mayor, City Hamtramck, Rick. Mr. We're going to see you in the future in a big position, and we never forget our Hamtramck. We have, after this event, we have some lunch and tea also for you guys. Please join with us. Especially, everybody say all those things, good word about the Donald Trump. I'm telling you one thing, please, for the peace. Morning show the day. Vice President Kamala Harris, she's in the power right now. She's in the White House, in the Oval Office. She cannot stop the war. When she becomes a president, this war could be spread. So we want a right person to put in the White House and Oval Office for the peace, for the stop war, and our economy is growth. And thank you all the people. I personally invite most of them, Farooq Ahmed Chan, Shiraz Bhai, Ahad Bhai, Shivu Bhai, so everybody, Farish Bhai, all those people, Operesh Bolwa. Thank you to come here, all those my brother, Yemeni brother, they are coming here also. Thank you for us. We just started. 2 more days, please don't forget it. We will do the beginning and during, and tomorrow, Tuesday will be the last day for us. So we do every single thing to expect for us to make Donald Trump win this election, and we'll see in the future. Thank you very much to give me the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. So it doesn't stop here, right? We're going to make sure our neighbors go to vote, our household go to vote, everyone, every vote that's not cast. Make sure we take everybody on Tuesday, and then let's flip Wayne County.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you all for coming, and welcome to our 13th district. And I want to invite you to the Hamtramck campaign office on Joseph Campo, 11667 Joseph Campo. Yes, a few blocks that way, a few blocks that way. And then we're going to have food there too, and you're all welcome to come. And also at 7 p.m., Kwame Kilpatrick will be there. He'll be our guest speaker between 7 and 10 p.m. So we'd like you all to come. But you can come after this too, and we'll have good food for you.
Thank you very much. Councilman Khalil, Brother Khalil, please say a few words.
Well, I'm not going to say so much. I want to thank everybody for showing up here to our town, the city of Hamtramck. I'm proud to say we as the city, the mayor and a couple of city council members, we did endorse Donald Trump, and hopefully everyone here today do your best and go out there and get these votes for Donald Trump, so he can be our 47th president in November. Again, thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
One advertisement or announcement. Tomorrow we will have an event at 2 p.m. in Trump 47 office on Joseph Campo. Our special guest will be Tudor Dixon. She will join us tomorrow, and I will be with her there. And there is a link that you can register and come, or you can come without registration if you don't find it. But we would love to have you tomorrow. It's going to be a great event at 2 p.m. Sunday at Trump office on Joseph Campo. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks everybody for coming. Let's keep working till Tuesday. And the dinner inside, self-service. Please go and help yourself. Thank you again.
How are you, ma'am? You were telling me no one around.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, thank you. You're going to run for office?
We'll see. I've done it before. I'm friends with Thomas Massey. I've spoken to him a lot about this stuff. He's pushing to get because we need Trump to support him in 2 years from now.
Yeah.
I want to do a fundraiser with Thomas in the future. Would that be something we would want to come to?
Yeah, sure. Of course. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to give it to.
Oh, do you want me to take it? Yeah, Danny right here, and he'll hook us up. Yep. Just make sure that you share the info.
Awesome.
Miss,
thank you so much.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Miss,
thank you. Yes, let's go.
One more.
Good idea.
Take all of them, okay, please.
That's okay.
Yeah, tall guy get the front, no way. You want to come up here?
Come.
We should get a picture too. He's telling me to come.
Awesome.
My name is Rabiul Chowdhury. I'm the co-founder of Muslims for Trump 2024. I have helped launch Harris abandoned Biden in swing states like Pennsylvania. I was here in Dearborn at the initial launch in December 2023. Now, Muslims for Trump is a movement that our Muslims are coming together, actively campaigning for President Trump for his presidential bid in 2024. Earlier today, we had launched our press conference and official campaign in Minnesota, and earlier in the week we had launched it in Pennsylvania as well as here in Michigan. I am from Pennsylvania, but our movement is spread out among all the swing states, including here in Michigan. That's why leaders from non-swing states that are supporting Muslims from Trump, like Texas, as you heard, California, and New York, coming together, campaigning for Trump.
Well, I'm Matt Rostami. I'm an eye surgeon from Dallas, and you're probably wondering how did I end up here in Hamtramck, Michigan? Well, I'm a co-founder for Muslims for Trump. One of my friends here, Rabiul Chowdhury, invited me, and we had Richard Grenell here today. We're speaking for him, and yeah, I voted for Biden 4 years ago. Can't make the same mistake again, folks. So please get out there, vote for anyone else, just don't vote Democrat.
Hello, I'm James Jamil with Abba Group Properties. We're based out of Sterling Heights, Troy. We're also with the Chaldeans for Trump organization. We also specialize in campaign staffing, helping business owners get their employees to get out and vote, get their real message out. The Chaldean Iraqi community have a lot of properties here in Hamtramck, and Hamtramck business owners do work with Macomb and Oakland County when it comes to exchange of business ownership, gas stations, mini markets, supermarkets. So we have a good affiliation collaborating with the Iraqi Yemeni community. Anything that we can do to help Hamtramck within Sterling Heights, Troy, West Bloomfield, with the Chaldean different foundations and chambers of commerce, associations that we have there, we would love to help Hamtramck, and vice versa with the Bangladesh Yemen community. So I thank you for welcoming us to Hamtramck, and you guys are more welcome to come out to ours and our organizations as well. Thank you.